And the wind is kicking up here, and couldn't be a better time considering the message that I am here or want to share with you here in this blog and this video, and that's about the life force. The dormant, well, it's dormant in most people. The life force, the chi, the prana that animates the physical form. This is a part of the soul. It is made of cosmic energy, and it surrounds us everywhere. That's why I wanted to step out here, into nature as the wind kicks up. I hope you all can hear me. I'm not mic'd. This probably isn't the most professional. I don't care. It's just something inside of me that I have to get out. I'm hoping it reaches the right people, that encourages us to strive inward, to develop ourselves to our highest potential, man. I'm telling you, I spent 20 years addicted to drugs and alcohol. It's a miracle I'm alive. I literally died multiple times. And after my spiritual awakening in 2020, the one thing that truly, the most transformative practice that I came across, and keep in mind, I've been doing bodybuilding for 25 years. In that time, I've tried every health and wellness trend there is. Every diet, every fad, I've done it all, man. I've leaned out, I've gotten big, I've taken every supplement. And I came across something a few years ago that changed everything. And this is an ancient practice that's been around for thousands of years. I know what you know where you're going with this, and it's called pranayama, control of the life force. We have this dormant energy within us called prana or chi. It actually surrounds us everywhere. Every part of this universe is made of prana, because it's all one thing. It's all a dream. But yogis, ancient practitioners of spiritual discipline, learn that they could tap into this energy, and it essentially gives you tons of energy, slows the aging process, decreases your need for caloric intake. I can't even begin to say. One of the biggest benefits for me, as someone who has had issues controlling their emotions, controlling their desires throughout the years, one of the biggest benefits for me is the ability to self-regulate in ways that would seem supernatural. And I'm telling you, everything anti-aging that they're going to be coming out with in the next few decades has to do with cellular health and circadian rhythms. Cellular health. Every cell in the body depends on oxygen. And I'm sure you can see it here right now. You think, this guy's wound up, he's full of energy, and I am. I feel amazing. Here, I'm here, and it's mid-afternoon in Ohio. I've probably had a few bananas and a protein shake. That's all I had to eat today. I slept great. But the thing that I do that a lot of people are learning about is I do breath work. And when you practice this discipline and you put in the work daily, you're able to access altered states of consciousness during your waking day. You realize that everything you need, everything that I ever needed, was already within me. That drugs and alcohol, substances, the things of this world actually flipped a switch and that opened me up to what was already there, what I had access to and did not know I had access to because of ignorance. So when I realized this, I realized also, hey, I don't need the external substances. I don't need the thing, the object. What I need to do is gain mastery over that flipping that switch inside of me, that feel-good switch that turns on euphoria, just gives you a sense of wholeness, gives you a sense of purpose, gives you a sense of peace. Tons of breath work, holotrophic breath work, Wim Hof breathing, but the life force, it surrounds us everywhere, man. I went from living in a place of complete spiritual ignorance and complete spiritual darkness to living the life beyond my wildest dreams. And it has very little to do with money or status or fame or any of that. Nothing to do with that, and everything to do with stepping into the truth of who we are, abiding by that truth, and being of service to others, aligning our will, with higher consciousness, and becoming of service to others. I feel it. I feel the whole earth system is getting an upgrade. We are all one. We are part of nature. We are part of earth. Enjoy, with everything happening in the world today, with the desecration of nature, all the bad stuff in the news, turn it off. Disregard it. Develop yourself to your highest potential. We are eternal spiritual beings having a very temporary human experience. We're all one. That there is a intelligence driving forth the cosmos, the evolution of the cosmos, the evolution of consciousness. The one infinite creator projects all objects out of itself and then draws them back to himself through the field of life, through nature. And that's what we're doing. We're evolving and stepping out of my comfort zone. For me, the thing that I had to do, the thing that I'm going to continue doing is getting out of my comfort zone and providing and creating content. Not for clicks and views. That's not important. What I want to see in the comments is how this is helping you. If you're going through a dark night of the soul, if the news is discouraging you, if you're going through health issues, addiction, whatever it is you're struggling with, man, use that as your rock bottom. Use that as the catalyst that something has to change, man. I have to step out of my comfort zone. I have to get fired up about life, get passionate about something, get passionate about helping others. We are all one. And so I take this moment here, I step back, and I'm like, if you could do this with me, man, just take a few deep breaths. Take them in through the nose, man. When you hold them in, when you bring it in, hold it in, and sigh when you let it out. I would like to explore a lot of these breathing techniques on this channel, man, but I'm new at this content creation. I'm just throwing my line out there into the metaverse, throwing my content out there, hoping that it reaches the right people, and it will ultimately, because we create our own reality. And what is used in reality creation? The life force. The life force is everything. It's a part of us. So when my life force is thriving and I'm focused on putting value out into the world and helping others, and the most important part, detaching from outcome. It doesn't matter. I'm not fixed on a particular result. Yeah, I would like to see beautiful things happen in my life. Beautiful things are already happening in my life, and I feel like I've barely scratched the surface. And I know, because I've been waiting, I've been holding myself back for 3 years now, developing myself, studying these most advanced forms of discipline, pursuing spiritual development, and I'm at this crossroads now. I'm 44 years old, 44, in the shape of my life. Never felt this good, never had this much freedom, abundance. My relationships are flourishing, and it's all because of this one thing: dying to self, peeling away the layers of ego that makes me feel like I'm separate from others and separate from my environment, when actually all of this is one thing. It's all a dream. It's all consciousness. And we are going through this a cycle where now information is available to everyone through the internet, through YouTube, through various mediums, and we all have access to it, man. We're all connected. We've never been this connected before on the external surface. Yes, we are all one. And we've never been this connected where you can watch and you can subscribe to this and you can follow and you can see that I'm not just making this stuff up, man. I've studied this stuff for multiple years now. There was this shift in 2020, like you hear me share in my other videos, man. My entire view of reality was flipped around. You take everything I thought I knew and dump it on its head, and I emptied my cup then, because in any true spiritual awakening, the ego naturally relinquishes the notion that its knowledge is complete or final. And if you find, for me, if I was fixated on one particular spiritual path or one particular religion, the fly in the ointment there is that there are dozens of religions, some of them more insane than others, but they all essentially point to the same truth. And a lot of people may not want to hear that, but hey, until you've researched this, until you've studied this, you really can't say you have an objective view of reality, because we create our own reality. We see things as we are. We are constantly looking to confirm our pre-consisting notions about reality, when in fact true spiritual development is about relinquishing these notions and developing a higher path of understanding. And that's what I've done. And it's a miracle I'm here, and I'm so excited to share this content with you guys. I know you can tell my level of enthusiasm. I feel this way all day, every day. But also it's important that I also, in addition to the breath work, which gets you fired up, as I'm learning meditation, learning to turn inwards, we have the ability to self-regulate in ways that would seem supernatural. And I'm sharing this out of love and out of a sense of obligation and duty, that this is part of my purpose, and that I've held myself back out of fear of retaliation from ignorant people. And I'll say this: when I allow my truth to be silenced by people who think they know, or people who are fall in line, petty tyrants fall in line with the status quo, I become ignorant myself, and I can no longer do that. Anything we lose by speaking our truth is in alignment. And I really don't care about money. You know what I mean? I really don't care about fame. What I care most about is contributing to this collective awakening that people are waking up, man. And I'm telling you, I barely begun to scratch the surface with this content. I look forward to sharing more. Long form, short form, man. YouTube is the way to go. And man, what an exciting time to be alive. Be out here in nature, enjoying this. Thank you all for letting me share. I think that's all I got for now. I think I've rambled on enough. Perhaps not rambled, but just, man, I feel like this is my gift, is that I can just go on and on and on about this and say, you know, we serve an awesome creator. From the absolute point of view, we are a part of the one. This entire physical universe is pervaded by one substance: consciousness, awareness. You are consciousness. I am consciousness. God is consciousness. It's all pervaded by one thing. And awakening is understanding that I am not the individual. I am awareness, stripping away the layers of the ego, striving to be of service of others, to others, and abiding as that in truth, in joy, in harmony. I love you all. Thanks for letting me share.